want to know how to convert your Kratky system into a DWC or deep water culture system? Let's do it.
Good morning from the balcony garden, and I'm going to do a demonstration today of how to set up airstones or a bubbler inside a Kratky system. Some people would tell you probably that will transfer or transform the Kratky system into a deep water culture system, DWC. So let's get to it. Okay, so to create a system with airstones, what are the main things that we need to do the job? All right, most importantly, we need the airstones, right, or the bubblers. All right, so the next major thing we need is a pump, an air pump. And this is what we've got here. This pump has a switch here that allows you to turn it on. I don't know if you can hear that noise. Yeah. So the pump is turned on via this little switch. Okay. Of course, you will need some tubes to conduct the air to the airstones, and I'm going to use these two things. They're a kind of one-way valve that I'll explain why you need one-way valves. If I were to put the airstone in the water here, when you turn, and this is hooked on to the cable there. So when you turn on the pump, the air goes from the pump down into the water. But when you turn the pump off, there's no more air in the line, and it might have a slight vacuum, so it might siphon the water back up into the pump and destroy it. So that's why you would need a one-way valve to block the water coming back. Okay, so that's basically the main ingredients that we need. And one of the first things we'll do is soak the airstone in the liquid. If you have nutrient, you will put it in nutrient, because the nutrient will soak into it and the airstone will become instantly at the pH of the nutrient. So you leave it in there. Some people recommend half an hour or so, but I've used these stones before, so I think I don't need to wait that long. But let's go through the motions now as to what we need to do. Okay, starting off with the airstone, what we're going to do is put a piece of the tubing, the air tubing, onto the airstone, okay, like so. And then what we'll do next is put the one-way valve onto that tubing. So what you got is you got your bubbler or airstone down in the water. You have here the one-way valve, and I'll try to get you to see it. The one-way valve has a shape of an arrow. Let's see if I can get it close enough to the camera that you can see it. It's a arrow pointing this way, and that arrow tells the direction that the air is going to go. So I'm going to get the air going towards the bubbler, So I'll just put that direction in that direction and put the hose on, and that's half the job done. So next thing we want to do, okay, so the next thing we're going to do is to connect the pump to the one-way valve so that the air can go there. And let me explain something here about this pump. The pump normally comes, okay, I'm trying to get this off. Right, it's a hard struggle here. Let's get this off. It's a bit tough to get off now. That's a good thing. With the pump, you have it showing you an out port here and an in one as well. So the air will go in the in and come out the out, of course. And then it will go to this thing called, this optional thing we call a manifold. This is just like a splitter that allows you to turn one of 4 valves or all of 4 valves on. And you can see here, I'm doing it with my thumb. There, see, you turn it on. When the valve is pointing that way, it means the air is going that way. To stop it, you can just turn it 90 degrees and it closes that hole. Okay, so I've only got one hose on this manifold, as you call this thing, right now, and I have that valve port open. Okay, so I've put the hose on, and now I can just simply put this hose into the one-way valve. So I am ready to create some bubbles in that water, and I check to make sure that the port is open and that this is on tight, and that the pump is plugged into the electricity. Then I can get my little switch here that we talked about, and I turn it. You see, it says turn this way to go on and this way to go off. So I'll gradually turn it on, and presto, what have we got here? You got bubbles. It's as easy as that. Let's see how high I can turn this. There you go. Pump makes a slight humming noise. Okay, turn it down. See, I can turn the bubbles down. Okay. All right, the next thing I have to do is to connect a branch into this little hydroponic system I have here. Okay, we'll do that in a second. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is take this connection off the one-way valve, because this is the only line that we have coming from the manifold and the air pump. We're gonna put a line going into this hydroponics reservoir here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I have this Y junction and I've put pieces of hose onto the Y, and I'm gonna hook up the one that's from the pump onto the bottom. Next thing to do, I need another one-way valve. There it is. And I look to make sure that the arrow is pointing towards the reservoir. So I put that in here. Now I can put back in the one-way valve for the one that's going to the beaker. So now I got two pathways here at the Y junction. Air will go so, air will go so. And then I hook this up to the bubbler or air stone for the other reservoir. So I'll put it in there. But before I do that, I want to keep it a little stable. So I got this little thing here. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's a suction cup that allows me to hold the bubbler in place. So I'm gonna snap it on here. There you go, like that. And then I'm gonna put this down in the middle of the reservoir. Okay, and once that is done, I will just test the system. Okay, let's turn on the air again. There we go. See the bubbles happening in the reservoir over here. So now I've got two going, and we're using just one port on the pump. That's simple as that. And now to make it happen in the hydroponic system, which I'll put back on top of here, I'm gonna turn this off. And then what I'll do is put the top back on with the plants and create a hole so that the hose can go through and do the bubbling down in there. Don't mind that this looks a little messy down inside. That is peat that came from one of the net pots that I have the eggplants in. Okay, so what I've done is I've put the hose up through this hole here, and I'll just plug it back into the one-way valve. Okay, now let's see how that looks. May have to get some light there so that it shows up. I'll turn it on again. There you go. As easy as that.